So next, we're going to go on to step 2, the article. Notice that you have this pop-up window that comes up first, and this is a great place to get the main idea of the article because it's going to tell you right here. It's going to give you a short summary of the article. So again, we have the title, Basketball Player Takes on Bullies, and here it gives us a summary. Anthony Ianni was a great basketball player, but he was bullied as a kid. Now he is sharing his anti-bullying message and helping young people. So already I've got a really good idea of what this article is about in general. Reading the article is going to give me more details about that. Here we have some key vocabulary words in the story. You can check and see if these are words that are familiar to you. If they are, you don't need to spend too much time studying them. But if they are unfamiliar or you just want to refresh your information, you can read the words, definitions, and listen as well to get the pronunciation. So that's an option for you to start studying that vocabulary, and you can study it as much or as little as you want. We'll close that, and then we're going to get started reading the article. Now, I want to emphasize that the purpose here is to read and really understand this article. So there are many reasons you might read something, and your goal is not always to understand it very well or perfectly. But in this case, we want to get a very, very good idea of the information in this article, and especially the main ideas. Now, for that, what I really recommend is that you read the article more than once. So the first time I'm going to read it, and again, I'll continue this this idea of thinking about the title, looking at this picture, reading this caption of the picture. Anthony Ianni has gone from playing basketball to speaking out against bullying. Okay, so I'm really starting to get a much better idea of what this article is going to be about, and I want to continue asking questions. So I want to think about, okay, so why was he bullied? What, was there a reason that kids were mean to him or tried to take his lunch money or things like that? I wanted to show you these tools, but I have to erase them first, I think. Let's see if this is the erasing tool. Remove all highlights? Okay. So before we get into that, we've already gotten a lot of information. Now we're going to read closely and try to understand the article. Again, we might read it once. We could skim it. We could scan it. We could watch this video at the end to reinforce what we've read. We could look at this video transcript that gives us the words that are in that video. And then we could come back to the beginning again, and we could read it again in a specific way. We want to use some strategies for understanding the article. The first thing is to, after you read it, think about, did I understand what I just read? Or what was that article about? Or what did I just learn from reading that article? Just based on the little bit that I've already skimmed, I would say I've learned that Anthony Ianni was bullied as a child, and now as a basketball player, he's trying to stop bullying from happening to other people. So thinking is very important, even if you don't we will do other lessons about using graphic highlighting, annotating, and summarizing. I'll just show you briefly how to use the highlight tools. This is a new toolbar here. You can click on this icon, and for example, I noticed when I was reading the article before, Ianni was diagnosed with ASD, or autism spectrum disorder, at age 4. And I think that's probably a key detail about why he was bullied. So I'm going to highlight that. Autism spectrum disorder is maybe a key concept or key vocabulary term, so I might highlight that with a different color. Growing up, Ianni knew he wasn't like his classmates. Maybe that's another reason that he was bullied. So again, that's related to the main idea of the article. I'm going to highlight that. As I go through the article and continue to read the details in each paragraph, and get more stories about him, I might highlight more. Additionally, you can of course take notes in a notebook at home, or you can use these reading connections buttons. We can have separate lessons on these, but for getting the main idea of a paragraph, for example, you might want to use this setting the purpose tool.